can't go that far. Ew. Well, everybody, welcome to another episode of Specrapular. We are a podcast that talks about movies and shit. I am one of your hosts, Brandon Aquino, but I am joined by my best friend and confidant, Mike Vera. Man, what did you do?
What the fuck is happening
You're the
here?
one that put the cables up there, idiot.
They were perfect before you looked at them.
Okay, that's fair. So, we have a set.
Sounds like a gong.
Oh, like somebody enters?
Yeah.
Here is the Emperor.
Go, get on.
But we have a drum set here, which was lent to us by, I believe, Lenny Kravitz. Right? If I'm not mistaken, was it Lenny Kravitz?
Technically, he's not known as a drummer, although he does play like all the instruments on
Oh, was it Joel? Oh, not Joel. I'm sorry.
It was Eddie Van Halen's son.
Oh, sweet.
Wolfgang.
Okay, yeah, Wolfgang. Okay, yeah. Doesn't he play guitar? Doesn't he shred that?
I think he plays bass.
Okay, so he slaps that shit.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, what's the guy from AC/DC? He has the one arm, right?
No, you're thinking of a Def Leppard.
Okay. Or what about what's the guy from Foo Fighters?
Taylor Hawkins?
No, the lead.
Dave Grohl?
Dave Grohl. I said Joel. That's why I said Joel minutes ago.
Oh, Joel Grohl, his brother. It's hard to say.
I was gonna say, so what rhymes with Grohl, and I was thinking Greg Grohl. But we're here to talk about what, Mike? What movie are we watching, or what movie did we watch, and what are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about Whiplash.
Yeah,
That's how you say it, right? Whiplash?
yeah. I will. And who's in this? Tell us about it.
Well, Whiplash from 2014.
Correct.
This movie's 11 years old. Oh my
I know
God.
they had a 10-year thing last year, and they had a re-release in theaters.
No shit.
Yeah. Oh, and Megan, we really tried to get. You didn't. We really tried to get Megan and Luis. Not the same. We can't have them together. But like, it was just we wanted to have one of them.
Too
in
many
here.
lawsuits pending.
Yeah, on Megan. But we wanted one of them to get in here because they've been our only guests. But also, they're both music players, just like Mike is. I am not in the slightest.
She is, huh?
Yeah. She's
She's better than me.
Piano. Yeah, she's better at piano than you.
Megan.
She's better at the ivories than Mike. Wait, that's not a piano. But
I did this, but that's normally okay.
Oh, I did this too, but I was doing guitar noises. That's what I think guitar sounds like.
Actually, I have to play it at some point, right?
Hey, we tried to get them on the episode because they both play music. And where's my notes here? Let me go to my notes. Okay, so where is that note? Okay, so Whiplash. Okay, so we tried to have Megan and Luis on here because they both play music as well. But Luis had things to do, Megan had things to do, and it just so happens.
Megan's like cool now and like goes out and does stuff.
I wouldn't say she's cool. I would just say she goes out and does stuff.
What's that about?
Uninvited, she shows
She's
up.
better
to
than
places.
us, is what she thinks. I mean, she's right, but still.
Well, she went to a comedy show, I think.
I think it was an orgy.
Oh God, why would you put that in my mind? We love you, Megan.
So much hair. This is fucking flopping around everywhere.
Someone's gonna leave, and there's like hair wrapped around their testicles, and they had nothing to do with Megan. That's fucked up, Megan. We love you, Megan.
The guys leaving are gonna have to get rescued by those Australian dudes to go to the beach and like wrestle the seals
and the cave divers.
Cut off
the cave divers that saved those
cut
kids.
off the nets, the fishing nets.
They got the knife in their teeth.
This guy's like, this fucking dick flopping around with
he's just wrapped in hair.
around
Yeah,
it.
just wrapped. It's actually choking his dick.
Yeah.
And he puts it around the base of the dick and the ball, so he cuts off the circulation, so his dick stays hard longer.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
No.
But anyway,
I mean, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's called torsion. What? But so Megan and Luis, sorry you guys couldn't be in the episode. We really wanted you here, and because obviously with Whiplash, it's jazz.
Jazz.
Mike, really quick, do you like jazz?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
On occasion.
Okay.
I will partake in a little jazz.
If you like jazz so much, who's your favorite? You guys can't see this, but it's
there's like a huge. Oh, we talked about this. There's like a big ass Miles Davis.
Yeah.
Poster? No.
I don't. That's
Frame?
like a 4. It's a 4x4 poster.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's kind of cool.
2x4.
You know, he had like the little pictures, everybody, and like they make one big picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's like little and make like a big one.
It's like you fucking fuck.
Like wait, what?
It gets bigger when it's small. Anyway, so
Like if you look at it one by one, you're like, why is the guy wearing a watch? What the fuck is this? But then all in context, like, oh, he's wearing a watch.
And that watch too, it's like almost like a gauntlet.
It's like super cool, huh? I feel like my armor gets super sweaty.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like it would be discolored after one wear.
We'll take a photo. We'll show you on the website.
You know what's interesting? We have a website? We do. There's an episode earlier this season where I told Mike, hey, send me a photo of that. And he did. And I forgot to even put it in the episode because he mentioned it. And so I still have that photo that you sent me.
I took it like 6 times trying to get it centered and make it look nice.
And not only that, in the reflection, I could see that you're naked. And I was like, Mike, can you please stop? Yeah. And so you took the photo like this.
Yeah.
So it's only see your arm. But even that
was just like penis across, and that's just in the background. Right. Out of focus.
Yeah, the penis is in focus.
Yeah.
Miles is not. Anyway, Mike.
No, it's like the shot from this movie where it's like the picture's in the focus, and then it switches focus to my penis.
Okay, good.
His hand goes...
He starts playing the drums with his dick. Anyway, so
Whiplash. Can I finish this now?
Yes,
please?
you may.
A promising young drummer enrolls at a cutthroat music conservatory where his dreams of greatness are mentored by an instructor who will stop at nothing to realize a student's potential. Starring Miles Teller as
Andrew
Neiman. J.K. Simmons as Fletcher. Melissa Benoist as Nicole.
Supergirl.
Paul Reiser as Jim, his dad. That's pretty much right. Oh, and Austin Stoll as Ryan, the redhead guy.
So the girlfriend that he abruptly broke up with, she's Supergirl.
Yes.
Yeah. And J.K. Simmons is Buff.
I didn't roll up my sleeves.
Let's see it. Let's see the tan. You don't want to expose everybody to the pure muscle.
Almost Buff.
This almost looks like muscle.
It almost does.
It kind of is. I
think
feel
it's
that.
A tumor.
Oh, okay, good.
But
yeah, it's not a tumor.
We'll go with Buff.
Okay. Yeah, please. Yeah, roll them up. Put some cigarettes in the crease. Yeah.
It's a fucking James Dean.
Yeah, your snake from fucking Simpsons. But anyhow,
takes premium, dude. Premium.
Anyway, so Whiplash, Michael. This movie, I mean, with what I was reading online, I had seen a majority of this movie. As I think I told you, I hadn't seen it from the car accident scene, which is I thought it was about halfway.
Ever?
It's a little more than halfway. Like there's about like 40
3/4.
Yeah, it's about 45 minutes left of the movie. And I appreciate Damien for making this movie 145. Like,
yeah, it's pretty
respectfully
brisk.
It's like it was starting and over quicker than my typical masturbation. Like an hour 45, like I just sit there stroking, it's just chafed, and like I just
a
keep
lot of
going.
redness,
right. I can,
like Even's hands after he plays the drums for like fucking 14 hours.
I read online that if he played the drums like that, he would get carpal tunnel, like like tendonitis and stuff like that. The way he's playing it, like as hard as he's playing it, like he would not last long.
I mean, that's a thing that a lot of people don't talk about.
With erectile dysfunction?
That too. With professional musicians is the risks for like the drummers, hearing for fucking everybody. Like, your back just from sitting. Like, I've been only sitting in this seat for like 10 minutes, but my back's a little sore and my fucking balls are asleep.
45 ready to go.
Like it's tough. It's a tough road to hoe.
Yeah.
But that's like one of the things that people don't even think about. Like, it's like, well, yeah, you're fucking up there jamming, but like your shoulder gets all fucked up because like your bass is heavy and shit. Like it takes a toll on your body.
It's like when you and I were talking about Lightning Bolt earlier this week.
Exactly.
How I was telling you that I believe I don't know if they're touring anymore because one of the guys, I believe, started going deaf because they play so loud. If you guys haven't heard of Lightning Bolt, it's drum and bass, right? Drum and bass?
Yeah.
Yeah, but but the bassist, very noisy. But the bassist, I believe he uses cello chords. Is what makes it so strings. Okay, you get it. Mike is playing Assassins or trying to play
I'm playing
Assassins.
everything with one hand, everybody, while holding a microphone. So if it doesn't sound good,
give me the mic.
Fuck you.
Give me the mic.
Well, no, because then I would have to actually play, and then you would then you realize I'm actually not good with two hands. So
okay, good.
We'll do that way.
Well, I've seen you use one hand before, and that was impressive. But anyway, Mike.
I'm actually not a drummer, so just everyone. This is just props.
So we shouldn't have had that there. We should have had Jose come in here and fucking jam it.
That's a great idea.
Text him right now. Tell him to come in here right
Jose,
now.
come on.
Our special guest, Jose. Let's see here. So my first note is this movie.
He just texted back. He said, "New phone, who dis?"
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
He said, "Tell Brandon to eat my ass."
But then he put like the winky, like the little white emoji. Yeah.
Because and then the squirt. Yeah. So this movie starts.
The peach.
Yeah, this movie and the mouth open, like drooling. This movie
The eggplant.
starts intense. Like it just him talking to Fletcher.
Like out of the shadows.
Yeah.
Like
He come. Was that planned for him for Fletcher to come in and him to be like, "Hey, just keep playing"?
Of course, he's playing.
Well, no, I mean, in a sense, okay. I just mean like, was he like, "Hey, I'm gonna set up"?
I keep
this...
looking at the TV, but not the actual.
Correct, the
lens.
cameras.
I'm a
Which you need to
fucking
look at.
dipshit. Okay.
Do you think that Neiman was? He set a time like, "Hey, I'd like you to come here. I'm gonna fucking jam out for you."
No.
Or you think or you just think that Fletcher's walking by?
Well, you can tell he's like a looming figure in that school. So like him appearing
in the shadows.
You know, when he's in his the first band he's in, like the backup band, whatever.
Yeah.
Like you just see his figure outside the window, and everyone's like, "Oh, is that him? Is that him?" And then he like disappears, like, "Ah."
And then later he just kicks the fucking door open. And he's like, "All right, you fucking losers, get up against the wall."
I kind of wish he would like roll through the door that popped up,
Battle roll in Willy Wonka style, and just fucking come in.
What movie is it where? I think it's Jim Carrey when he falls downstairs, like, "Whoa, whoa," and he goes like, "Whoa," his body's like this shaped. I can't remember which one it
Ooh,
is.
I don't know
It's
what
funny.
that would be. Okay, I just rewatched recently Ace Ventura. We should really do those in the podcast. Those are so good.
It's so fucking
I honestly, I watched 1 and 2. I think I like 2 better.
It's just silly.
It is.
It's so
Well, 1 is silly too.
And kind of sad at the beginning, but that's just being silly.
Yeah. The
became sad.
cliffhanger, fucking. But
It's a raccoon, right?
yeah,
it's
yeah. And it's like, "Ee," and it fucking slips through his hands, like, and the slinky part, like, but just literally.
That's part 2?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
I would have bet $100 that it was part 1.
What would it be in part 1?
I don't know. When he's doing crazy shit.
No, yeah, because the number 2 has the slinky.
Oh, he went up to the temple and down. Oh,
when he's leaving the
yeah.
temple
No
and they're
doubt,
all
no doubt,
cheering,
no
he's like,
doubt.
they're normally not like this. Like, just super silly.
So close.
So, world right, I'm gonna go back and do it again. He's like, Mrs. Ventura, we've already missed a flight. So what I have here is my next note was like, did he schedule that appointment for Fletcher?
No.
So what sense is it to put those kind of things in the popcorn with his dad? What they put in, like bonbons,
Raisinets?
Whoppers, Raisinets?
You don't do like you know how theaters have the fancy, what is it called? What's the brand called?
Like, I know what you're talking about.
but
Like
it's the plastic tube
tube.
with popcorn in it.
Yeah, I know
but
what
then they do like chocolatey goodness ones too.
Like Regal does their things now where they have like
Regal does like the Oreo kind of.
yeah. There was a thing I saw
just like
recently
that.
when I was at Kohl's returning
Sweet
something.
and
In the line, you know how
salty.
they put stuff in the line like for you to grab before you get to the register and shit. Stop. I'm kidding.
I keep taking my foot
I know
off.
you do. It makes me want to play Rock Band.
Yeah.
What's the one that was like, what is it? Who sang that?
Faith No More.
God, that song destroyed my throat when I would sing it.
Yes.
What is it? What? And
We will get to the movie, but that might be the hardest I've ever laughed at Brandon.
at me.
But no,
not,
but
not
like
with
good.
me. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you, the hardest you made me laugh.
I know.
was
I made
doing
you
that.
cry quite a few times.
That was one of them.
Okay.
And like trying to play. Oh, I was probably on the guitar, but like just trying to like continue to play this song. Like watching you sing it.
It hurt my throat so bad and unconsensual. Actually, I guess that was consensual.
Yeah.
But
No one
like,
forced you.
But so like, because I didn't buy any of this. Because okay, so I had Xbox 360, and Mike would come over to my house, and I bought Rock Band too, because I still worked at Blockbuster at
you
that
buy it
time.
or your dad bought it?
I bought it. Fuck out of
Hell
here
yeah.
with my dad. Love you, Dad. So
You play music?
You gonna play some fucking Rock Band, brother?
You want me to sing it?
yeah, it'd be easier. What is it? What is it? Come on. But like I think my friend Carlos came over too. If you remember Carlos?
No.
Okay, he played. I met Carlos initially from playing Halo, and from my old friend Vinny. You remember?
We
Vinny?
get it. You have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
But Carlos, I haven't seen him in years. He's a good dude. But
Oh, I remember that guy. He's dead.
yeah, he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah. He had the
What if he was
Mustangs.
actually dead?
I hope not, because he's a good dude. So he came over. We were jamming and shit. And so that song, I don't think I had ever heard that song at that
probably
time. And let's just do it because we already did Maps. I think we did like Weezer or something like that.
But how did you know the melody then?
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't sing that part?
Yeah, I would just see like and then you could go like, and you can make noises to make it peak and shit. But that I mean, I think after that song, I was like, no mas. Like I was just done. And I think you sang some too. I'm not good at the guitar one.
I mean, it's kind of weird. I know exactly what the first song was I sang on there.
Was it Weezer?
It was Roxanne by the Police.
Okay.
And I had it on the highest setting, and I was like, "Ooh, this is harder than I thought." So I lowered it down to.
That was harder than I thought, and you made it even higher.
Yeah.
You wanted to freaking.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was fun, and it was also great because there's the downstairs neighbors that I'm sure were just fucking hitting the pedal and stuff like that. I'm sure they're loving that. Yeah, fuck them to hell. So, but the popcorn thing, the texture, I think that's what throws me off because
Raisin like too squishy.
Yeah, like I'm very much a texture person. I'm very much a texture person because I
constantly lick your lips and shit.
Yeah, I'm like Kobe Bryant. Like he's always like in his press conference, he's always licking his lips because it's just that he's always eating. How
do you like Luka so far?
You know, he's only played 2 games. The second game, each game was consistent. He was like 14 points. But like he's coming back from injury and stuff. He's not going to play.
I didn't watch the game. Sorry. Does he have limited minutes right now?
Yeah, he does.
Okay,
he's on like a 20-minute limit restriction or 25-minute limit restriction, so it's about half the game, give or take. But
that's good. You can assume he'd get 30 points ish.
Yeah. So I'm excited, and they got their asses whooped the game before their All-Star break. But it's fine. They're in like 4th place or something like that. So. Maybe 5th now. I think that Oklahoma took their spot. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
4th out of fucking 16. That fucking half the whole goddamn league makes the playoffs. Anyways. Yeah.
Oh well, you have the play-in, which is. I mean, I kind of like the play-in to be honest, but at the same time,
That's a single game.
Yes. Well, if you're the 7-8 seed, you get 2 chances. If you're 9-10, then you only get 1 chance.
Gotcha.
So like if you're 9-10 and you beat the 9 team. Then you advance to play whoever won the 7-8 game. If you won the 7-8 game, you're automatically in. You don't have to play that second game. And then obviously you lose that 7 or 10 game, then you're just fucking out.
You have to play a playoff to get into the playoffs? You're talking about practice?
Yeah. So it's single game 9-10, and then it's double 7-8. But anyway, so the popcorn thing can't do. That's probably why I don't like mushrooms, because that texture of it. And also mushrooms are fucking disgusting.
Delicious.
They are. You know how long it took me to even like tomatoes? Like 36 years. So
if we can get back to like the watchings of the movie. I remember watching this like when I saw this.
Okay.
Because it was...
you talking about 2014?
Yeah. Because it was a limited release.
It was.
And I believe me and my brother saw a commercial for the movie or heard about it. It's like, what, jazz? Fucking nerds. So we went
Is that why you like La La Land so much?
So we went to the ArcLight and saw like the I don't think we saw the midnight showing, but it was like the Friday.
Some fan this fucking guy is, right, guys? Some
but
jazz
it was
player.
Like the Friday showing. And we're like, oh, this is a fucking good movie. And then that fucking ending, like whoa, fucking bummer.
So that ending really quick still gives me goosebumps anytime I see it. But the thing about it too is I'm conflicted about it. Because
it's a conflicting movie.
Because the thing is, I wrote down this notes because somebody had said something about this online too. It says perfectionism, dedication, and success is kind of like what this movie's theme is, right? Like, are you perfectionist? And kind of seems like not only Fletcher was, but then also Neiman because he wanted to be perfect. But
perfection, or is it greatness?
Either one. Because then it's like dedication. Are you dedicated to your craft to perfect it? And then lastly, will you dedicate your time to perfect it and lead to success, right? So,
which is kind of a weird thing to think about when it comes, at least kind of in all music, but especially in jazz. Like, are you looking for perfect? Fletcher is, to like drive and kind of weed out the fucking those who don't have it. So he's looking for perfection in like the tiny minutia and stuff like that. But like jazz, especially in like the rest of the music I'm talking about, like, you're supposed to like explore and find different things. And, you hear people, one of my favorite things like on either YouTube or actual documentaries where people like break down like the music itself and like talk about it, the people who made it. And they're like, oh yeah, we're supposed to do this. And then this just kind of happened by accident. Or, the Beatles in the studio, like having all this new equipment in the 60s, but not really knowing how it works. I'm like, well, just fucking do some shit and turn these knobs and fucking flip this thing upside down and just fucking around. And in that fucking creativity, that's where you find the greatness.
You're absolutely right, because if you don't experiment, if you don't try new things,
Exactly.
You're not going to know. And knowing is half the battle.
Right.
G.I. Joe. But
Fuck.
but that's the thing too. Like, so lately I've been sort of stuck with not being able to write. I don't feel like I'm creative. And it really sucks because I think I'm an okay writer and I think I could be funny. And at the same time, when I look at some scripts when I hear the back, I'm like, this sucks. This fucking sucks. But at the same time,
sorry.
but when I watch Man Beast, I'm like, this is so stupid in a good way. Like, we're just having fun. And like the things that you and I or Randall and stuff would write, it's just that it was fun to do. But at the same time, it's just not the same. And I don't know. I can't. It's been difficult since like COVID. That's what I typically compare it to. Because in 2020 is when I kind of sort of stopped feeling creative.
Was that kind of racist? Because you hit like, and it sounds like a gong and COVID
Earlier?
Okay.
Oh no, I didn't think that. I mean, that's
Watch yourself, buddy.
That's your microaggressions, buddy. But I just have not felt creative. And lately, though, like within the last couple of days, I'm like it's not there. And even though I'm taking that medication now, right, I don't notice a difference.
Viagra.
Viagra and
Cialis.
Okay, damn, I was gonna say what's Ripotor or something.
I don't know.
Okay, Ozempic. No, that's for the
Weight loss
and diabetes. Well, it's mostly fucking weight loss now, but anyway, I haven't noticed a difference in my ability to focus. But
how are your erections?
Well, they're rock hard like normal. Like right now I'm raging.
Ooh,
it's just that
I can't see because the symbol's in the way.
Yeah,
but
you shouldn't.
I keep hearing like a little
from the bottom.
From the bottom.
You hear this? You hear fucking. It's like Jumanji fucking with my dick. But anyway, is there a fucking elephant coming? Is there a stampede? Anyway.
Oh, that's everything. Stampede.
Yeah, and then it's the fucking rainforest.
That's
in the
a
house
good fucking movie.
Jumanji's really good.
I haven't watched the new ones.
They're not bad. Yeah, they're not bad. The second one ended sort of a cliffhanger, like alluding to it, but I don't think they're gonna make a third one. Even though they've all done great,
Yeah,
box office wise, they've done great.
Yeah.
They just, I don't know. Maybe we're not smelling what the Rock is cooking anymore. So, but yeah, I can't. I don't feel like that focus is there.
You just need motivation.
Yeah, I keep telling myself like, Brandon, you have these scripts.
You're looking in a mirror when you're doing this.
Yeah. Naked.
Yeah.
And like, you fucking loser. But like I have many scripts written that I've not done anything with. I think I just need to take the shortest one that I have. And I think it's that horror one I wrote when the person's running on the path, if you remember it. And then you never see the creature, but they're scared of it. It doesn't matter. So that should be like a micro short, not even 5 minutes. To just do it. And do it. What is it? Shia LaBeouf when he's flexing? Just do it. Shia LaBeouf is very toxic, everybody. So, but I don't know. But that's the thing, right? Like perfection, dedication, and I want to feel those. And every now and then I get that motivation and want to do it. Every year in school, teachers would tell me, Brandon has the ambition, he has the creativity, but he lacks follow through. And that's where the problem lies. Because I can speak it all. I can be like, this sounds fucking great. This is funny. This is this. But when it gets to doing it, I'm just like, I'm so tired. Or I'm like sleepy. Or I just want to lay down. And then when I get the motivation to actually do it, I'm doing something else. Or I can't. It's not that I can't. It's just that I don't. And again, that's where the problem is. That's why I'm hoping this ADHD medicine can help me to really just and like just laser beam. Mm-hmm. But before we started, when the theme was playing, everybody, Mike and I both quoted Simpsons, and again, just he was over there in his kitchen doing something. What did we say?
No, I don't remember.
Dental plan. I don't know what it was, but it was something. Anyway, Mike, so let's get back on track.
It was I'm Marge.
Well, I don't want to lie to you, Marge. See you later. And they go to leave. So anyway, imagine having such clout that you can just walk into a room and tell someone what to do like that. Like when he's like, he kicks the door and he's like, hey, you get the fuck out of the way. You play.
That guy seemed like a little over it himself.
Oh yeah.
He's like, go ahead.
The composer guy or whatever. Yeah.
You can kind of imagine. You can't see his face, but you kind of imagine him going, "This motherfucker." Jesus Christ.
As he turns his back and he makes eye contact with somebody, he goes, "This fucking guy."
So I felt a little
hard.
reminiscent of a different movie. I'm gonna say it. You're gonna be like, what? And then let me try to explain. King of Kong.
The documentary?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, are you talking about piece of shit Bobby?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought it was Billy.
You're right. It's Billy Mitchell, not Bobby
Okay.
Mitchell. Hold on. I'm sorry. Billy Mitchell. He will sue anybody under the sun if you talk shit about him. Adventure Time, like made a caricature of him, and it was so good. And he sued. He sued Cartoon Network, and he lost because he's a fucking loser. And he's suing Carl. I don't remember his name. He's on
Winslow?
YouTube.
Oh.
No, yeah. Sure. Let's talk about him real quick because apparently he was in the Freak Offs with Diddy. If you didn't know that,
Reginald Val Johnson?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Is there...
Billy Mitchell
Well, hold on, wait.
is such a baby fucking fuck. Anyway, so go ahead.
kind of bummed me out a little bit.
Okay.
But what's there like levels of freak off? Like there's like just like the cool ones where everyone's like adults and consensual.
Yeah.
And there's like the bad ones. Where it's,
Underage.
like, underage.
Fucking, yeah.
Like,
I don't know, but let me reach out to my
you know, like
people.
the start of the night, it's like, all right, we're just having a good time.
Yeah.
Whip your titties out.
With his puffy jacket.
yeah.
And,
And
stuff.
then later in the night, you're like,
He's doing. He's fucking. He has his super reflective glasses
you
on.
need to go home before the fucking
Yeah. Before we get freaky deaky.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't want to.
Reginald, please.
Yeah. I don't want to like think
What
about it.
happened to you?
Whatever happened to my erection in your mouth? Because my balls need to get sucked on, and that's
wait.
fucked up.
Is that Full House or is that Family
That's
Matters?
Full House. Family Matters was whatever happened to.
It's the same composers, and they sound
I
the
know.
same. I gotta mix in my head.
Family Matters. No, that's still Full House too. Shit. Family Matters. Damn it, Mike.
Wait, look it up, but let me try. Okay, so Days Gone By, that's Full House. Family Matter is...
There's probably a commercial first. There
There
is. Ah, that's fucking Full House.
Why can't we remember it?
You know what it is? It's like the
fuck me.
Bernstein Bears and the Bernstein Bears. It's like,
Oh, dude. All right, shut up. I know it.
this day and age. It's like Randy Newman. Randy Newman did the theme songs. Must be some magic too inside this gentle world. Anyway, so that's Family Matters. And then where's Full House? I was hoping they had it right there next to it. Full House theme song. It's fucking 30 seconds longer. They sound identical at the beginning.
That's the same dude.
I get it. It's Reginald B. Jackson that's doing it. He did both. Yeah, I can't. You can't differentiate the two of those. If you played those, I would be like, that's Family Matters.
You just played them both back to back. I still can't remember Family Matters now.
It's okay. So... What were you saying? You were saying Billy Mitchell. You can compare the two to King Kong.
Yeah.
Billy Mitchell's a fucking baby.
Now I forgot what I was talking about.
The
really.
comparison. You can compare Whiplash.
But the
dedication, the perfectionism.
So
Is it because Billy played King Kong or Donkey Kong?
no,
Okay.
no. So they're kind of niche.
How did I miss 4 times in a row? God damn.
You want a stick?
I have
hold on a sec.
I have bad depth perception.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Did it again.
That's why you love basketball.
Yeah.
That's not needed in that at all. All right, that's too loud. What are we doing?
I don't know. Sorry.
So, like, when it comes to jazz music in particular and, like, arcade games, like classic arcade games, pretty niche kind of pursuits, right? Like, there's
Like you want eternal greatness by having the high score?
No. Niche as in, like, they're not crazy mainstream popular, correct?
Okay,
It's
yeah.
easy to say.
Well, wait. Video games?
That particular, like old, because they do, like, old school arcade games.
Yeah.
Right? It's not fucking Halo.
They're doing
like,
Donkey Kong
with 9 million people playing at once.
Asteroids.
Yeah.
Robotron. I love Robotron.
So it's like a pretty niche, like community of people that partake in that sort of stuff.
Sure.
Right?
Give me fuel. Give me fire.
So it just makes me giggle. Like these people who really aren't very powerful, Fletcher isn't really. He's just
He's local power.
Yeah, like he's just an instructor at a music conservatory.
Is he an instructor or is he like a professor?
Professor, whatever, bro.
No, I just want to understand because
Yeah.
I have that note. And I'm like, what does he fucking do? Like, is he a professor? Is he like what? Okay, let's continue.
I mean, does he teach classes? You mean?
Right.
Well, that's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Does he have his PhD? Like, what are we talking?
PhD in this dick.
Yeah.
No.
PhD in a dick. You know.
So, but it's like there's like this small group that you can kind of wield control over, and they become.
I got it.
And then they kind of become engrossed in themselves and become like buy into their own myth, right? So like Fletcher walks in, them like,
Yeah.
like fucking.
What's up, you fucking
let's see those
losers?
charts. It's cute.
Yeah.
And then Billy walks in the door and like, who's the sidekick guy who's always agreeing with him? He's like, oh, good job, Billy.
The guy with the beard.
Whoever the fucking nerdier guy, they're all fucking nerds. Who's
There's
like,
a few I remember.
yeah.
The
They're
guy
like,
that looked,
they're like sycophants, like just always around him.
The guy that was like a Mario brother, and then there was
because they're all against. What's his name? Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he had the thing. That's the thing about Billy too. He made the submission and it was a video entry. He didn't do it live. They accepted it because they wanted to suck his dick because they'd known him for so long.
So I'm saying like they're only given this power because we've bestowed it upon them, us in this tiny community.
Yeah.
But in reality, like if somebody fucking came up to you like, oh, counting fours, 1, 2, 3, and he slapped you across the face, like that motherfucker's getting tackled, right? But
kick him in
given
his
like
dick.
we've bought into the world that we're in, like I just gotta be the best one, like. They're kind of just like giving this power to him. I just thought that was interesting. Like when I saw that scene again, where his first confrontation with Miles, like in that costume, it's like, oh, I see. Like he seems like and he is like in the movie, like a looming scary figure. But it's like it was just interesting. Like he's really like if you open the doors into the world here, like
Nobody knows.
there's fucking 9 trillion tougher dudes in New York City. But,
Well, not only that, if I saw him walking down the street, I'm like, hey, that guy looks like Mr. Clean, but buff. Or buffer than Mr. Clean. And that's the thing.
didn't have a large today, huh, buddy?
So, yeah, sure. That's another thing. I mean, JK looked fucking fabulous for being, what, a 55-year-old man in that movie? And he was already cut and ripped. And then even looking at him now, like I saw Red 1 and he was fucking just ripped.
Super jacked. In the commercial.
He looked more jacked than The Rock. Like just his muscles are super toned.
Real sinewy and like veiny and shit.
Like I compare that typically to like my penis with the veins.
Yeah.
Like I had to lift it up to look at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a Snickers bar.
Well, you have to like part the hair. Oh, there you go. There it is.
Yeah.
Hey, little fella.
I get a little pomade and I just wheel it to the side. Yeah. But you're right. Like he's a local, and I'm saying this very broadly, local celebrity. Because really,
Nice celebrity, just figure in this.
Because even later on the sign, it's like special guest Jason Fletcher or whatever, Angela Lansbury. What was her name in Jessica Fletcher in
I don't know.
oh my God,
Please don't stab my couch with that. Thank you.
Wait, is it gonna rip it?
Maybe.
It's not. It's Murder, She Wrote. Angela Lansbury was Jessica Fletcher.
Really?
Yeah.
I never watched
Jessica
a single
Fletcher?
episode.
My mom loved Murder, She Wrote. And I, many years ago, I was like, I'm going to buy you the complete box set on DVD. I didn't because it was like $90 at the time and I didn't make good money at the time. Yeah. And then now I just want to get it for on Blu-ray, but they don't do the complete series on Blu-ray, which is very weird.
That kind of sucks.
I love you, Mom. Anyway, so, Murder, She Wrote. The other thing about it, too, is how did they not think Jessica Fletcher did it all the time? Because she was always there with those murders. So, whatever. I digress. We're 33 minutes in. Let's see here. What would you do in that situation where okay, I got it. That was one sentence. It's just that this put it all as one. So, him asking her out and her response... And he was like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Like, what would you have done when she's like, I'm just kidding. Like, to me, I would have been like... Why
like, oh, I'm kidding too, and they just knock the soda over under her counter.
Oh, me too. And just fucking splash it on her or something like that.
No, me
like,
personally, I would have been like, oh, please love me. But that's just me.
Yeah.
But
you're on your knees groveling.
Please
go on a date with me.
Oh, yeah.
I got a little dick. You saw the car? She, like, just... I think I'd have been like, what? Like, I know she's just being silly and quirky, but like, I mean,
we've talked about it before where we'll make a joke or two out in the world
and people don't fucking
and
get
people
it.
don't get it. We're like, oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to.
Yeah. Like when you go to grab something, like, nobody hears it or like, you know what I mean? Like when we went to Oceanside that time and you did and obviously it wasn't heavy, and I laughed, and Megan and Jordan were like, "What?" Like, they just didn't know. Women, right? Women are funny. You know, they're not funny.
Oh God.
Anyway, so yeah, I just think that if if I'm asking somebody out and they did that, I'd be devastated. Even though they're making a joke, I think I'd already be sweating. You know, going.
Oh,
into the
yeah.
yeah, I'd be drenched.
You just see like the
Yeah,
the stain,
the undertit, the armpit, the forehead. That's why the best way to meet somebody is online, because that way you could just communicate through phone. You know, you can make the awkwardness not really that bad. And then when you meet them, when you're profusely sweating on your crotch and your butt crack and stuff.
Well, I just keep it online, FaceTime only. Might be AI. I don't know.
Right.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to, all that money you've dedicated. To, you know, to that girl that lives in
Norway.
South America, Norway or South Africa or something like that. You try to convince me that she's a Nigerian queen, but I just can't. I can't handle it. Let's see here. What notes do you have?
They're kind of all over the place. This movie's like a real first movie flex. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for Damien. Yeah,
Like just,
yeah.
but good. Like that editing is insane, especially
They
at the
did it
end.
in like fucking 19 days. They did this movie.
Well, they shot it, right?
Yeah, he shot and submitted it to something else within like 60 days.
No shit. I mean, that's kind of the dedication and perfection that you're talking about, right?
Or maybe
like,
you just had those actors for a certain amount of time. You got to fucking knuckle that shit out.
But I'm just saying, like he's like, I have a goal, and I'm gonna reach this goal. And,
Well, I had read on IMDb that they filmed like this fucking 8-minute scene in like Fletcher's office or whatever, and they didn't even put it in the movie. But it was a way for Miles. It was one of the first things he shot. It was a way for Miles and J.K. to kind of get to know each other and like build the connection for the movie. But he had to cut it. But yeah, I mean that's great though because it kept the movie still under 2 hours.
Yeah,
and that's great. Because again, this movie, I don't know if it was dragging or if it was rushing, but
definitely rushing because it's short.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Really quick, we'll skip ahead to that because I looked that up online. Like, was Neiman rushing or was he dragging?
Before you answer, can I give a guess?
Yes.
I kind of no. There's a couple spots where you hear him mess up a little bit, so I understand that. I kind of think it's like psychological torture. It's like he wasn't actually being slow or fast. That's just a guess, though.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yeah. So many people that are professionals have watched it and been like, he's neither. Like he's just being a bully.
Especially like he only plays like he plays like 9 seconds. You know, a ninth
not
of
my
a second
tempo.
of a yeah.
Not my
exactly.
tempo. Not my speed.
Barely anything to
that's
like
the thing
make
too.
any judgment.
Like they were saying that when he would do and you had to get it from that to catch up. Like that's so hard for anybody.
Yeah.
And but yeah, he wasn't dragging or rushing. It's just that he was bullying him, just like how he brought in the other guy to kind of push him. All of it was
which
bullying.
he says he does.
Yeah. All of it was bullying him to bring that greatness out of him, right? And it did, but it also gave him confidence, I guess. Like it's like at the end of Scott Pilgrim, which I'm kind of bummed we haven't done the movie. I know you don't want to do it, but
I don't.
I've asked you to do Scott Pilgrim. And you're like, oh, everybody's doing Scott Pilgrim. So we don't do
because yeah. Well, it's been a couple of years actually. It feels like. I mean, we can do it now. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, thanks.
Well, there was a lot of Edgar Wright in podcasts and stuff like that because he's funny and he's cool and maybe he's just on a bunch of podcasts that I listened to at the time.
The UFC podcasts.
Yeah.
He's showing over there. Hey guys, when I filmed Baby Driver. I can't do a British accent right now. I don't know what just happened.
No. Please stop. What are you doing to me? What are you doing to my ears?
Yeah.
What are you doing to my ear holes?
My bloody ears.
But yeah, it's been a while, so I'm like, oh yeah, we can do it.
But at the end of the movie, right, he gains the attributes of like of the true value of love when he pulls out the sword and it's on fire and stuff. So it's kind of like Neiman gained confidence in himself. He pushed himself to go back out there while Paul Reiser was just like sitting in the back being a cuck. And
well, I mean, JK's kind of just like puppeteering his whole life at certain points.
Yeah.
Like he tells him, like, oh, I want you for my studio band. So he's like, oh, feeling fucking good. Let me go ask that girl out, right? And then he says like, hey, we brought in fucking the redhead dude. You may get it, you may not. You know, fucking earn it. So he's like, all right, girly, you're out of here. Like, I need to focus. So he's just kind of like his living and dying by Fletcher's word. His entire life.
Well, and that's the other thing too is like, again, Fletcher is this power, and I wouldn't say power hungry, but like probably a little bit because like. Even with
he's sadistic.
Yeah.
Like, remember.
Even with the trumpets, like, those are trumpets, I think, when the guys, he thought he was out of tune.
Trombones.
that it wasn't even the guy he was yelling at. You know what I mean? He's like, and it was the other guy. But the fact that this guy didn't know, he's like, I don't need that fucking. But like, why are you fucking looking at the ground? There's no Mars bars down there. I was like, oh my god. J.K. Every single thing he said was scripted except for
the slurs. No,
yeah, even the "fuck you like a pig" like that was scripted. But they took that from the short. In the actual line was supposed to be like, "I'm gonna gut you like a pig," but then J.K. didn't want to say that or something like that, so they kept, "I'm gonna fuck you like a pig," which I was like, isn't that like marginally worse? But everything he was
real R. Lee Ermey vibes from Full Metal Jacket there.
Oh, that's what I know here. Is like, this reminds me of Full Metal Jacket.
Skull, fuck you. You know, like, oh my god.
The way he talks to these people reminds me of Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, I don't know they stack shit that high. And like Texas, well, I don't want to say this line, but only steers and
yeah, we got it.
You know, but like the way, and he was a drill sergeant though, right? He's a retired drill sergeant.
Correct.
That's why he had that like fucking anger in him. Then you get Pyle that just shoots him up. But so anyway, we skipped a little bit ahead. I wrote Nicole is Supergirl. They also decide to meet at her work. Why not get her number or call her and just meet at the location?
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, I'm just saying. She's like, so just like meet back here.
And I was thinking, you take her.
Well, he didn't drive. He took the bus everywhere. That fucking loser.
I mean,
although I wasn't driving at 19 either.
If you know, I've been to New York. Right?
I don't know if you know this. I'm a little more cultured than you, Brandon.
But maybe that's the thing. Like you meet somewhere and then you guys go to the place.
That's fine.
So the walk and talk, you can get to know each other.
But why meet back at her work? That's the only thing. Like I'm just saying, like
if they just met at the restaurant, they would just be at the restaurant.
That's fine.
They need a time to get to know each other on the walk or the cab ride or the subway to the restaurant.
Did I ever send you my short that I wrote of the first date? I think
I remember I know of it, but I don't know if you've sent it to me.
Okay. I actually enjoyed that one. That one's silly. Okay. So I'm saying if I asked somebody out and she said yes, and
but it's different because you live in Los Angeles.
Sure.
Like you would drive.
Right. Because our public transit sucks. Like it's pretty bad. Let's see here. He did tell him 6 a.m. right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So that's just another power move.
Exactly.
That's fine.
I mean, it's all it is. Yeah. But I mean, he doesn't do it to everybody. I mean, he doesn't do it to everybody, but he's not testing everybody like that specifically. So there must have been something he sees in Andrew, kind of like he says with the other kid who ends up killing himself. He saw something in them. So like he focused all his attention on him, psychologically and
what did that guy
physically
play? It was a saxophone?
I think it was a trumpet.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember the music.
Is that a trumpet?
That is a trumpet.
Hey. It's Miles Davis, everybody. It's Miles Davis.
Miles Davis.
I wonder, I wrote this note, but I found out later, of course, but I wonder what JK would be like outside of the band. And then you see him talking to a little girl. He's super like, hey, what's up? Give me a high five. But then he gets in there. All right, you fucking slack-jawed. And just saying like, oh my God. Let's see here. Does watching this band make you wish that you played an instrument in school or anything like that?
I mean, I played in bands.
But that's not answering my question.
Like rock and roll.
Like, yeah, that's the second part of this. But like, do you look back at not being like your brother? He was in band.
Yeah.
Like,
a little bit, yeah. It's fun.
Because like you were all self-taught.
Yeah.
Okay.
Self-taught, no lessons.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Pop.
Biggest guitar player in the world.
Well, I don't remember paying, so.
Wait, have we not done Wedding Singer either?
No, not.
Fuck me.
We've done a lot of Adam Sandler movies already, so.
What? Name 2.
So we did the one with the basketball players, and then we also did Happy Gilmore.
We did not. Did we?
Yeah. But the one that we did, which was
the time gone?
The basketball one, I don't remember what it was. Happy Gilmore was part of our ABCs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
that's a lot of movies.
Yeah, it was because we doubled up. Because initially we were doing a single episode, and I was like, "This is gonna take fucking forever." That's 24.
Do you hear this resonating when I'm talking? Quang quang. Okay.
How many letters are the alphabet? 24.
And the English alphabet?
Correct.
26.
Shit. So that would have been 26 episodes. That would have been double our normal. That would have taken so long if we're doing every other week. So thankfully we doubled up on those last few episodes.
Oh, we did. Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, my question. So do you look back? So would you have played if you can go back, knowing what you know? Would you have played in high school?
Yeah, but I don't know what I would play because I don't want to play anything with my mouth.
Besides some dick, you know what I'm saying? You play the meat flute.
Skin flute.
Whatever. You get what I'm saying? Skin or meat? I'd rather have meat than skin. Like skin is just like floppy. Makes me think of a pork rind. Let's see here.
And then obviously I'm like awesome at drums.
I just want bang bang bang. That's what it sounded like. So So then, okay, so if you would have went back and played in high school,
Dang-a-lang, dang-a-lang, dang-a-lang.
my ding-a-ling. So would you have practiced more, like with your band?
Piano, that's what I would play.
The Ivories. Okay. Do you think that you would have? So you've jammed with friends. You were jamming
Literally earlier today.
right? So do you? Wait,
If you can notice, my voice is a little.
no, it still sounds pretty.
Singing a lot
Still
of
sounds like a little bitch. Still,
songs.
okay. What were you singing?
Can you hear me singing? What do we
that the
do?
Roxanne.
Prisoner of Society by The Living Inn. We don't need no one.
Okay, I know.
Drain You by Nirvana.
I thought you were gonna say by like Jenna Jameson.
Drain You, Looking at a Penis.
Yeah, the Jenna Jameson. That's a fucking name you haven't heard in 20 years. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. What else did we do?
Each
Some
other.
Pixies.
Okay.
Some Fugazi.
Okay.
Merchandise.
Yeah.
Merchandise. Keep it alive.
What about he is so nice to name it in the hallway, and then boom, he's like, hey man, hey, just fucking go with it, you just play, as he's like this, hey, just got flexing.
That's like a
it's another power
Lyndon
move.
Johnson power move, like all up in your face, like in your business.
Yeah, like you have nowhere to go, you have to stay in front of me, I'm blocking you from leaving.
Did somebody do that to me recently? I'm trying to remember. I feel like it's like, and you do have to think, like,
Yo, man,
hey, bro.
because that's like in movies, right? That's one of my things where they're too close. I'm like, you're gonna not only feel their breath when they talk
close,
to you,
man.
yeah, Dylan. But like he's so nice to him, and then suddenly he's like, let's try that again. It's not my tempo, and then just suddenly just throwing shit and
I almost think like, because it's jazz, there's almost like some improvisational mental anguish there, where it's like maybe he messed up a little bit the first time, and he's like, oh, now I can fuck with him this way. And then he went into like the dragging and stuff like that. I don't know, just makes me giggle.
dragging is also a term, or dragon is a term that we used when I worked in the restaurant. That means you were. Do you know what that means?
You're slow as fuck.
Yeah, there's an item that's dragging. It's taking too long.
Oh,
So it's like, hey, we're dragging a
do you have the
turkey
timers
club
on there?
Yeah. So when I worked at, I'll just say it. When I worked at Bruxy, if you're at Expo, which you're looking at the orders on the screen and stuff like that, like if anything's dragging or dragon, you're like, you need it now.
My dragon. I hope you're not dragging too.
Yeah.
When I want some waffles with my chicken and some shit, we don't want to drag it too. Damn, I should do that at the end.
No, because that would only reference to that.
Drag it.
Anyhow, let's see.
So are you telling me when I go through the drive-through and they're like, can you like back up for like 10 feet and then come back? Like to reset their clock or whatever, that they're cheating?
Or they're yeah, absolutely.
Hell
Or they, can you pull up over there? Because that way it's not fucking with their time. It doesn't
Yeah.
fuck with their ticket times.
I like it.
And that's fine. Imagine if he did.
I always want to feel like a dick, but I kind of want to like, okay, I'll pull over here as long as there's like 6 extra nuggets in my bag.
I know, right? No, I don't want to do that. I want to have my food now. But sir, if you could just, I could do that. But you know what I like more? An extra 20-piece nugget. And you're that close. You're rubbing your nose to theirs.
But again, like these are just people like trying to live their lives. I'm not trying to be difficult, but it would be nice.
And really quick too.
A couple of extra nugs in there every once in a while.
I know. There is this joke that we did in Man Beast, which I don't think people got, which was I was on the couch and Brian's character was talking to me. So I'm down like this and he's standing, right? So Tom in real life is what, 6 foot? And I'm at least, if I put my hand up, it's not as tall as him. And the joke was I was down here and he's saying shit. I'm like, shh. And I put my hand up and it suddenly goes to his lips. And it makes no sense. So it's like my arm's really long. And
Are you laying down on the ground?
Like, no, I'm on the couch. I was like this.
No. Okay, you don't have to. Okay,
I was like this.
All right.
And
you just have to see your crotch in every fucking episode.
And so I was like that.
Jesus.
And so that's not as like that's you as tall when you're sitting. So if you stand, that's an extra like 2 feet.
I like it. I can see it being hard to register.
Yeah, well, people didn't get it, so I hate it.
As opposed to like, remember the Simpsons with like the cat's like wipes his eyes, like that physical that makes sense.
Yeah,
but
and the cat, obviously, you can't do that, and the arms are coming in from the side of the frame too.
But I understand what you're saying, but it's a little spatially, it's like it would be hard to register, but it's funny.
Fuck you. Imagine if he didn't
terrible
duck
idea. You should have did it
from whatever you threw at him.
It's just just gets knocked out by a chair.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Fletcher has to explain to the fucking administrators, like, the thing is,
It fucking fell from the
his head was on fire, so I had to put it out with a chair.
He said double rainbow, and it's been a long time since I heard that double rainbow
Yeah.
song. Double rainbow all the way across the sky. And then I have,
I thought it was just a dude, like, high. And like, oh my god, a double rainbow.
yeah, he was looking at it, but the people that made the song out of it,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
yeah. He yeeted the fuck out of there when they had to. I think he was yelling at him for that first time. He was crying and shit. And when it's time everybody to leave, like, I mean, of course I would have too. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm embarrassed. Changing his bandage. Do you have that kind of commitment to anything when he's not bleeding in his like his hand pit? Do you have any kind of dedication like that?
I mean, yeah, you
Besides
just kind
masturbating?
Yeah, you got to power through it. It's like I was practicing the guitar and like my finger split a little bit on this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's fucking. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Let's see here. I guess it looks like JK is a totally cool dude outside of the band. So that's my follow-up note to that.
That's what didn't make sense to me because Neiman goes, sees him at that bar playing like, featuring the Fletcher, whatever, on the fucking piano.
Fleshmaster Fletch.
And he's playing like the fucking basicest ass, fucking boring ass jazz in the entire world. Like,
he's playing chopsticks.
yeah, like you fucking hammer these guys to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Imagine if he
Loser.
didn't know music too.
Yeah.
Like at some point in the movie, they put him down and they like, "Oh, you read it." Then Fletcher, he's like, "I got my phone's ringing."
What was that, Mom? Oh, I'll be right there.
Yeah, we're at
Your mom
school.
like fucking 100 years old. You fucking old fuck.
He put, and don't forget to turn Neiman's pages like when he was switching
Yeah.
between the guys. That was pretty.
I mean,
rough.
he has to cut everyone down.
Yeah.
I get it.
That dinner table scene was brutal, like with his family.
Yeah.
Like, and I put my follow-up note is not as bad as The Bear. Not even close to that Christmas Bear scene.
Yeah, also.
But that tension, the back and forth. You think you're better than us? Well, I'm not trying, and like just like what do you say? It's
Are those cousins?
I would assume so because I think it's like Paul Reiser's brother or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe the sister. But
I do like how Damien, a line or two, and like you guys, okay, I understand that character like pretty easily. Because like his brother says like, oh, you got old fucking loser Joe over here, and like, oh, his brother's a douche.
Yeah.
So his kids are gonna grow up to be like douches, and Damon's like, fucking my dad needs to fucking grow a fucking backbone, so he try to put them all into place.
Yeah. And like what do you say? He's like, oh, he's like in Division 3. Which to be fair, like that's basically high school. And
Which I kind of thought was fun. I don't know about that, but
Yeah.
it was funny because
It is.
when he's talking to what's her name, Nicole, they're like it's not like it's not Social Network.
No,
You're like
that
witty,
open scene?
like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But that dinner table scene is like 100, like
Yeah, it's quick.
back.
Yeah.
Witty as fuck.
I wouldn't say witty, but I would definitely say it's.
I mean, you wouldn't make those fucking snide comments back.
To my family?
Yeah.
Oh, I 100% would make sense.
I mean, those particular ones. I mean, they were good.
Those are pretty brutal. Those are pretty mean. And typically, when if I'm trying to say shit to family and stuff like that, I won't. I'm not deliberately mean. Like, well, I'm sorry. Yes, I absolutely can be. But at the same time, I truly don't want to hurt someone's feelings when I'm making fun of them. Because typically, when I make fun, it's like
Fun.
yeah. But if it's hurt someone's feelings, I'll apologize.
I feel
Hey,
bad.
sorry that you're a bitch. I was a bully in high school, everybody.
I'm sorry your feelings got hurt.
Yeah.
Not sorry I did it. That's an apology, right?
So did J.K. introduce that guy to test him? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Can you just punch through a fucking snare drum like that? Was that a
Let's
snare
see.
drum? Yeah, that was a snare, right?
Yeah.
Because that snare drum looks larger. Than
While
when
he hits
punched.
it and it tears, it's already torn.
It's ripping and tearing.
Things, this is how I feel. And so that's why he punches through it.
Okay.
He's like, fuck this fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. It's hard to do.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, that thing's... So these right here, everybody, if you can see these like this is to tighten this, correct? Mm-hmm. So you tighten these to tune.
Yes.
Okay. Nailed it.
Which I don't know how to do.
Oh.
It's like, oh, tune my drums to fucking.
That's what Jose said?
No, on the movie. I was
Oh,
like, what?
yeah.
What?
He's, don't touch it. Or
Yeah, you can tune a guitar, E, like that's easy, but like, what?
E.
That's E. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Is it?
When he's like, hey man, can you hit the B for me real quick? And he's like fucking tight.
I mean, you can do it, but it seems like you always have to go like extra tight to get the tone out. But whatever.
Dog ass
That's a whole
tight.
other story.
Okay.
I'm not a drummer. Fuck it.
No, you're not. I'm not it. So no wonder J.K. got an Emmy for this. Like,
You mean Oscar?
I'm sorry, I thought an Emmy is an Oscar.
Emmys for TV.
Okay, that's the better one. I prefer TV anyway. But like, so what I'm referring to,
3 daytime Emmy awards.
yeah,
So no big deal.
I am 2-time Emmy-winning Jim Carrey.
Golden Globe.
Golden Globe. Fuck yeah, you're right. That was
You know anything about awards?
No, I like them. I like the recognition, but I panic. I'm sure if I ever got an award, which I have gotten awards, but like I'm typically perfect attendance because I was never getting awards for grades.
Brandon, you were here.
You were present every day you needed to be. So here's a
I know, I'm sure
participation.
there are some
It's
days.
a participation award. It's not like you have any kind of accolades.
No. Sure, there's some days you didn't want to be here. There's definitely days I didn't want you here, but you
Days
showed up anyway.
Most of your classmates never wanted you here.
Yeah.
So here you go, fuckface Magoo. But the dead guy scene where he's playing the music of the guy and he's like crying a little bit and shit. Like
that's. I'm still not sure if that's all psychological too, because he lies about how he dies.
Yeah.
Like, is he just?
What are the
seems
chances someone else
genuine.
finds out? You know what I mean? Like, what are the chances?
Everyone would know. Shit goes down at school.
Yeah, but he was in the school like 9 years ago or something like that,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
that's a good point.
It's not like he was there last year or something like, oh, you talking about
Reggie
Reggie?
did like a little whisper, like, I heard he hung himself in his bedroom.
He fucking jacked off so hard and he was trying to choke himself like David Carradine, and he just did it too hard and he
Have you
climbed.
heard of autoerotic asphyxiation?
He came so hard as he died though, like it shot skeet all over the fucking wall. Anyway,
they said the paramedics had to put a tourniquet around his dick to stop the jizz from coming out.
they had to use a cock ring just to fucking stop the fucking cum. And he looked like a fucking cadaver when he got to him. He was
You
like,
ever
just,
seen a car hit a fire hydrant?
and it just never stops. Let's see here. I feel like whenever the camera angle is from the side like that in a car, that they're gonna get hit.
Yeah.
Like from the passenger point of
100%.
view, and it's like looking like that way towards like it's gonna get hit.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
Buckle up, motherfucker.
Yeah. I feel. Oh no, I heard that. Paul Reiser is such a loving father, but he's such a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he's there to support his kid. He's like, I'm never gonna let anybody hurt you. And then yet,
As a bitch, I sympathize with him.
yeah, as a Paul Reiser lover, Paul Reiser stan, you sympathize fully. But no, like I know he had Andrew's. He had good intentions to help him. He wanted to get Fletcher fired, and they did. But like, it's just,
Even I mean, it kind of seems like even he doesn't believe in his dream.
yeah,
right?
he's just kind of a wiener.
He's like, okay, you want to go to this music school? He doesn't see greatness in him, but he's supportive. So he's like, all right, go get him, buddy.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Kick their butt in
Yeah.
your jazz.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. He doesn't see it until he sees him at the end through like the door. He's like, oh my God, this guy's like,
He's gone completely mad.
yeah, we've been on the benefits.
Yeah. But you're right, because then he sees him and he's like,
He's like, oh,
right.
I get it.
all right. And he's fucking jamming out to Caravan. And what's that second part he does? Is that part of Caravan too?
What, the solo?
Where the lights go dim and he keeps playing?
It's jump solo.
Oh, okay. And then it's just going to... we'll talk about the ending in a second. So Fletcher is well known, because that's what I wrote for it on the sign. It says, and featuring Fletcher Jones.
Again, this is a small jazz club. He's not well known.
Okay.
He's known at the school, but
The cinematography is good in this movie, but everything is very warm.
yes,
Like very orangey.
That's why I like this lamp. Like, normally it's really
What do you have
dark
to say
in
about
here.
that lamp? He said, fuck you. Yeah. Okay. So normally, well, even these lights that we're using, I typically have them more orangey, more warm. Yeah. I have a little bit of white more so in that one for it to bounce a little, but like, I'm saying like I know cinematography.
Yeah, you know.
I am not in any. I need anytime we've made anything, or we're like blown out, like because we just don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Definitely.
That's why if we make a short, we need to hire a DP.
But in any case, I like the warm light, like this movie, like David Fincher. Even in my bedroom, like I have another lamp in there that
Next to that swing.
Yeah, but like the fan light, it's too white. Like
Change the bulb, idiot.
Shut up! Shut your mouth.
Okay.
But or in my kitchen, you want that white light.
Yeah,
but
so you can see everything.
But yeah, I prefer the warmthy warm.
Right.
Does the beginning? I know I mentioned it earlier, but does the beginning remind you of the beginning of Social Network? Like it has like the little scene before the back and forth between the two characters.
Yeah.
And then he's like walking along, and he's in school. You know,
Going back to his
nighttime, music
place.
playing, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. I just
Yeah, a little bit.
and then like you're saying, like very reminiscent of that.
Which
that
came out
style.
first?
What year was this?
2014.
That had to be Social Network would have
2012.
like 2011, I believe.
I mean, imitation is the most serious form of flattery, right? So I'm not saying that the cinematographer is imitating anything, but like the Fincher cinematographer.
Is it not this? It might be the same person. I don't know.
Yeah, it
but
could be. Yeah, it could be.
I could look it up.
But you know, why would we do that, guys?
What was that about? Trying hard and following through,
dedication, perfection. So I could see the parallels to the two, and
A lot of greens, a lot of the warm lights
Did you catch some of the bloopers or the goofs in the movie?
in the movie itself.
Yeah,
No.
That opening scene when Fletcher comes back in, he's like, "Oh, I forgot my jacket." So in the scene where he when Naaman looks and he's not there, there is no jacket there. And then when he came back in, he's, "Oh, my jacket," and the jacket was there.
It's so dark. How would you even see
can
that?
see it though. Yeah, you can faintly see it. Why don't you pay attention? How about that,
Whatever.
idiot? That pull in on Naaman when J.K. was asking him.
Neiman.
That pull in on Neiman when J.K. was asking him to be in his band was really nice. Where he was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm putting these guys together," and they're in the restaurant and kind of. Oh no, it was outside. I'm sorry, and it kind of pulls on him, and it was a little shaky because it was handheld, but like the focus.
You can do the pull-ins with handheld like that.
Yeah, I mean, you typically want to do it with a lens.
That's what I'm saying.
And you pull in.
Oh, it's literally walked in.
yeah. It seemed like they walked.
How do you stay
in.
focused there?
Well, you have a focus puller. Yeah, I mean a focus puller because they likely had a remote, a wireless one that they're just adjusting. It kind of looks like a like those old RC cars that have the little the dial.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Technically, it could have been somebody on the camera like adjusting.
Like walking with him.
Yeah, but that's the thing about a cinematographer. And a first AD is that, well, I mean a focus puller really, but like you need to know. That's why you see the measuring, like where the person is. That way you know, okay, they're gonna pull in like 3 feet and they're adjusting it. But typically they're also
Here to this
right
dash.
So they have their marks, right? So they have like the blue tape. That's the beginning of the scene. The red tape is where they want to pull into. But that's why the focus puller also has to watch live, and like typically adjust when they do it. And that's got to be a very stressful job, depending on what you're doing. But I really like that shot.
I mean, imagine like having a great take and you're like, oh, it's just slightly
Out of focus.
Fuck.
There's been a few movies that we've watched. I'm like, this is completely out of focus. Like, why did they use this shot? And lo and behold,
that's one of like the human things about it. Like it is what it is. That's what they had. They didn't have time, or
Yeah.
they didn't
And it was
notice
on
till
film.
later. It was on film.
Yeah, it was on film.
Fucking whatever.
Yeah.
It's what we got.
watching
Why you
him,
hating?
watching him try to play upswing was brutal
Yeah.
because he's just like,
The fucking dude's like,
and the guy's like,
hey man, what the fuck are you doing?
the cello, right? Or what is he? Bass. He's like, come on, man. And like 3 times, I'd have just been like, hey, you want to look at my fucking shit? But I know it's different. But like, and he's just trying. He's like, or whatever. And he's,
He probably sounds about as good as I would trying to play that.
I would just, yeah, just keep the tempo of the whole thing. Watching him, or no, I'm sorry. The fuck you that is mouth to Fletcher was pretty good. I never
Because you
saw
see
it.
that progression of Andrew the whole movie, right?
Yeah.
So it's their first meeting. He's just like, oh God, crying.
Mm-hmm.
Second time, he's just kind of numb to it, right? Third time, he's fucking angry. He's like, man, fuck you.
Yeah.
And by the end, he's like, we're doing
Even
it my way.
by the second
We're doing it
time,
my way.
even by the second time, he's angry because he tackles him, and he's probably getting his blood all over him and shit like that. The smile between them always gives me goosebumps. It's like I'm watching the end of Dark Knight.
Because you only see Fletcher's eyes, but you see Andrew's whole face, right?
Yeah, but you obviously can tell he smiles. And do that smile again? Oh God, let's see here.
Did you just fall in love?
No, oh no, my dick is
Yeah.
shriveled up and tiny now. It's just the skin. I do like that Miles did a lot of his own drumming.
Yeah.
Like there's a few close-ups that were not him, but like
The hands.
Yeah, but for the most part,
I'm sorry, I can't remember which guy it is. It's either the redhead guy or the guy in the green shirt.
it's the guy in the green shirt.
Okay.
The redhead guy, he had to get trained too. I looked at him.
Really?
Yeah, he had to.
Maybe we just got a guy who
he
was
only
super
learned the
good.
songs that he had to learn, and the guy that was the
Maybe he just had like a good like Superman chiseled chin. That's what they went with.
Yeah.
All right.
So the guy that was the original core, he's the one that
the-
coached them and trained them.
The drum
Yeah.
instructor. No, what's the word I'm looking for?
Drum instructor.
No.
Okay. So, like I said, perfectionism, dedication, and success. So I think that might even be a good tagline for this movie too. And it's a great movie. J.K. Simmons won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, and Miles didn't win shit. But
this is one of those movies where there's a performance that just blows everyone out of the water. J.K.'s obviously. Mm-hmm. No, it's the curly haired trombone player.
Yeah, at the beginning. Yeah.
No, it's J.K.'s obviously. But like other subsequent viewings, you're like, oh, you're doing like amazing work too. It's like Miles himself, like the work he does in the movie. Like when he's watching like his old tapes and he's slowly becoming like teary-eyed and stuff like that. And just even his reactions at the end of the movie, like the smile and like the hope and the kind of tragedy of it or whatever.
I hope. My hope is the highest. The hope. Anyway.
They're like, oh yeah, like this is like everyone is like in the shadow of JK in the movie, but it's like when you watch the movie more than once, you're like, oh yeah, he does a good performance too. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, Miles truly did a good job.
I didn't fart. This thing moved, just so everyone.
I didn't hear it.
Okay.
But JK just overshadows it completely.
Yeah.
Like just 100. Anybody.
Kind of like, The Dark Knight, fucking everyone. It's Heath's show.
You could have had Daniel Day-Lewis in this movie as Neiman, and I still would have liked JK better.
Were you rushing or were you dragging?
Yeah. I want my milkshake. You could have had the fucking guy that's in Succession, the oldest brother, that he's super method.
Oh.
And he, I mean, any method
I've literally
actor.
only seen the first episode of that series.
It's a pretty decent show. Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, Mike. So
well, let me ask you about the end of the movie.
Sure.
I kind of just said it. Is it hopeful or is it tragedy at that point? Right? Oh yeah.
The reverb? Is that a reverb? What is that?
Sure. Vibrations. I love the colorful clothes she wears. And the way the microphone reverberates.
You're just fucking songs that you could sing at the end. Fucking idiot. Anyway, so here's the question. I'm sorry. The end of the movie.
Are we to be happy, or is it tragedy that it worked, essentially? Everything that Fletcher did worked.
It's tragedy.
Do I need
to
to take the stick from you? What is happening?
You gotta take it from my dead, dying fucking kung fu grip.
Cold dead hands.
I think it's more tragedy to me.
Yeah.
Because he's doing everything that Fletcher wanted. It's ultimately what he wanted too. He wanted to be the best in the country, and he is. But to me, it's tragic. One, because he liked gonna have carpal tunnel and some kind of tendonitis, and then two,
he is alone. He's still alone.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's probably gonna fucking commit suicide too.
I mean, what's more brutal, the upswinging part, or him calling Nicole on the phone?
Oh God. Well, I had to replay that part because I couldn't quite hear what she was saying. And then I got the gist that she had the boyfriend or whatever. But even him, he took it pretty well. He took it right on the chin. He's like, yeah, no, yeah. And he even said yeah, so if you guys want to come by, he just kind of went with it. And that's a true testament of a man, right? To still be like, okay, cool. Just be cool with it. He's the one that fucked up. And we don't know the time. It was something like summer. So 3 months passed, right? It was from season to season, right?
I mean, it was fall. So September, October.
Okay, 6 months.
Okay, whatever.
So assumably, it's been a few months. And yeah, I just, that was pretty rough. But I think Uptown.
There's no weather in this movie, right?
Yeah, we don't
rain.
see
There's
anything.
no
We
snow.
don't see snow. The Uptown part was probably more brutal to me.
Okay.
Because the girl having another boyfriend and stuff like that, or not another, but having a boyfriend, that's too real. And I think the Uptown thing, I mean, not that can't happen, but I feel like that's fucked no matter what. But anyway, what do you think is more brutal?
I don't know. Probably the phone call.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough.
Even him breaking up with her.
That's rough too.
She clearly likes him.
Yeah.
You see that text message when he's going on that first trip. She's like, hey, call me when you get back. I can come over. She likes him. Even though their first date was a little weird. Because he's asking her about college and shit like that. And she kind of got a little defensive.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
I don't think he was
asking.
asking.
She comes around at the end. He's like, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I'm not judging you.
Yeah, she's smiling and stuff like that. And that's what I mean. She felt like he was.
Yeah, because she's like, well, I don't know. What's the problem? And then he gives her a beat, let her think about it. She's like, well, it's not the greatest. It's she comes around and, because he's interested. He wants to hear about her.
Yeah. But he is kind of pressing her. But he's not pressing her to be a dick. He's just pressing her for the actual knowledge.
Yeah.
Which is the
Well, I mean, this is somebody who's like determined at all costs to be great at what he's trying to do.
Right.
So like coming up against someone who's intense, like he's maybe taking some of that intensity from Fletcher at that point.
Well, coming up to someone that's kind of like, she seems a little complacent. She seems a little like indifferent about what she's doing because she doesn't know.
Yeah. Like any 19-year-old. Like,
Right. Well, we don't actually
shit.
know how old she is, right? I'm
mean,
just saying.
not- I mean, can we
hopefully
assume?
she's at least an adult.
She's not 15. Is that what you're
Well,
getting at?
who knows, Michael? We don't know.
Anyway.
She's working at the movie theater during regular business hours, and so you can't work after 9 o'clock. I don't. What town are they in?
I'm sorry, what's your point?
Massachusetts? I don't know why. I
New
thought
York
Massachusetts-
City!
Was it really New York? I don't remember them saying New York. So
It literally says it on the letterhead of the school when he gets kicked out.
why would I look at that? The minutia of
Does it
everything.
not
Michael.
look like New York City?
Do you want me to answer that? It looks like Toronto, really. But
Look, you've never been there, so
Did they-
you don't know.
did they actually film it in New York?
I don't know.
Okay, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's probably Toronto. Who knows?
Yeah. Anyway, so Michael, we are done with this season of Spectacular.
What?
Unless you want to do menu in 2 weeks.
I'm just reacting. It's for funsies.
So
Start over. We're starting this whole thing over.
yeah, well let's
How long we go?
record. So the end of this season is upon us. We are going to do the menu, which is available on Netflix for our first episode of the next season, which will be in about a month. And you guys can make recommendations for us by emailing us at spectacular@gmail.com. Luis, thank you for making our music. I
Yeah,
always
man.
fucking forget to say thank you, so thank you.
Thanks, Louise.
Megan,
Thanks, Megan.
Maybe another episode. Luis, maybe
Nope.
another episode.
Last shot.
Oh, Megan lost it? Okay, well, fuck all, Megan. You long-haired... Nah, I'm kidding. But,
Megan, hey.
and again, like you said earlier, Megan's, like, independent, doing her own thing now.
Yeah.
We're happy for her.
Yeah.
But fuck you for not being in this episode. The last time we were going to ask you, Megan. And Luis, how
Megan's
dare
cool.
you have a family and stuff and do things with them?
Luis is cool.
Yeah. Anybody else, if you want to be in the episode in your local... don't
Anyone
try.
want to replace Brandon, feel free.
Yeah, but Mike, why don't you go ahead and take us away, you fucking fuck.
And I mean, it's the end of the fucking movie. We're gonna you listen to Spectacular, and now the season is over. We hope you had fun listening to us. Brandon likes to dance at the end of shows. I don't know what that one is called. He's doing the Macarena. Please don't knock that shit into my TV. Thank you. Jesus fucking Christ.
Hold on, let's see if I can do this real quick.
Nah, please don't. Oh, God.
I don't know if I unplug this. It does stop recording. It doesn't.
I'm
I'm gonna do the fucking
Audio but jumps all. Oh, the fucking stick's all the way over there. God damn it, Brandon. Nah, it's too late. Oh, God.
You ready? Here we go.